So here we are. This is Media Day number 6 for you, and it feels like an annual chat between the Tim and Sid show and Masai Ujiri. But I wanted to let you know that we appreciate it, and more importantly, our fans that want to hear real basketball talk always appreciate that you do this with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, somewhat busy summer?
It's behind.
It's behind?
Yeah,
it's
no,
over?
It's over, you know. Busy is good. Honestly, it's really, it's what you make of it. And if you feel that you're doing something that is enabling your basketball team to be better, I feel on and off the court, we have to be better.
What was the thing that you did this summer that you're most proud of? Because I know you did a lot of things off the court as well. There are a lot of tough decisions that you made with this franchise. What are you most proud of, and what was the hardest thing for you to do in this offseason?
I'll start with hardest. It's obvious, trading DeMar and letting go of Coach Casey. Those were two hard things. I talk about it all the time. The business is just a tough place to be. I'm proud that we gave that opportunity. I hate to say it like this, honestly, Tim, but if I look at Weltman, if I look at Scott Perry, if I look at Mitch Kupchak, I look at all these guys that took jobs. The first thing is you bring your vision, and a lot of times you change. You let go of the coach. I'm proud that, or you change the team. I'm proud that we had great moments for 5 years. Yeah, because I think when we first got the job, there was an anticipation saying, okay, it's not your guy, and you built this. And then time has come now to do something different. I'm also proud that I want to say these guys went out on a high, like a 59-win team and maybe a top 5 team, you can say top 6 team in the NBA last year. Rather than, have a terrible year and people get fired or traded, I think there was a good high to it. So I'm proud of that. Maybe I'm just, I'm just being a little, I don't know, it makes me, I feel emotional when I talk about those two guys, because I know for 5 years it was such a wonderful time we had together, ups and downs and great times.
Going through all that, was there a moment when you realized that something had to be done? Was there one moment? Was there 4? Was there 10 moments? There were reports of you and Coach Casey getting into it after Game 3 in Cleveland. Some people said, well, that's when it ended. Mm-hmm. Was there a moment when you realized something had to be done to change the way this franchise was trending?
Yes, it started to make a couple things, and it's not fair because of them or to go into those things. I think those are very personable moments. But yeah, there are different things, that you see signs where you feel, wow, we're slowly coming to an end of what I feel will be a memorable, time, era of Raptors basketball. We're proud of it, but those things sometimes have to come, and that's where it's difficult decision to make. I always say it, the biggest decisions is when a player leaves a basketball club in free agency, or when a player is traded. Those are hard moments, for either side, and this was just a hard moment for DeMar, and I think for Coach Casey. But when you look at it deep inside, I think we all feel that the moment had come, like when it was time to maybe do something different.
Separating the human aspect, and I know that's not always possible, but separating the human aspect from the trade with DeMar DeRozan going to San Antonio and getting Kawhi back, what did you want to change about the team?
It was more of a chance to get even a top 5 player. Yeah, when you have these kind of opportunities, we do these jobs for years and years, and you plan, you prepare. You always want to put yourself in those kind of positions, and we feel that we put ourselves in that kind of a position to get a player this caliber. It's not something you concentrate on your team, you do your job, you prepare, you continue to prepare, you prepare even more. It's daily. It's all you have to make sure that it's a machine. We have to have these resources. We have to have ownership buy-in. We have to have support from our fans, people, winning. And somewhere, somehow, you might put yourself in a position like this. And the position was a top 5 player became available, and maybe that elevates us a little bit more.
You mentioned the fans. Were you surprised at the reaction of the fans?
It's part of the business, I understand it, but after the season, I understand how it goes, like up and down. Today everybody's going to be excited, like they've seen Kawhi, they've heard him, like he smiled, he said he wants to be here, everybody's happy, In the NBA, that's how it is. Tomorrow there will be another drama, like that's just how how it is, so you can't take it personal, you can't take those things, you can't let it live in you. I honestly, this one, because it was a quiet moment and there was so much talk about it, it's sometimes it's difficult not to hear it, but I never put my emotions into it, and I completely understand. And if you're confident with what you do, it prevails. In the end, I'm very confident in decisions I make, and we're in this job to take the heat. We're in this job to have these moments and make these decisions.
So you're able to kind of separate the ups and the downs and the emotion of the moment. Were you hurt by the way DeMar responded to the trade?
I understood,
Yeah.
I completely understood, I don't take anything personal in this business. It's such a blessing to be in the position that I am, and I really don't. I completely understand somebody that's given it his all, somebody that chose to be in this city. He's worn it on his chest with pride, and I'm hoping one day these guys become GMs, they sit in this position to see how tough, these decisions are, because do you put this human feelings that you have, do you put it inside you? 100% I do. Yeah, there's nothing fake about me. Zero. I don't have one little blood in my that's fake. I won't say hello to somebody that I don't want to say hello to. It just doesn't. For me, life doesn't work that way. You have to be yourself. You have to be real. Yeah. What came to my mind to say today in the press conference, I said it. Right. Yeah, I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not worried about anything. It's my job. So that's something you build, and you build for years. And so when you have to make a decision like this, inside you feel not good. Right. Yeah, but these are organizational decisions that we have to make.
When I was sitting on the desk after the press conference in which you apologized to DeMar, there was a lot of people questioning whether or not you should have apologized, or was the apology some sort of admission that you did something wrong? When you apologized, is that what you were thinking? You were thinking, I feel his emotion and I didn't want him to feel that emotion? Because I think a lot of fans are watching this and saying, well, if he wasn't guilty, why did he apologize? Just nitpicking a simple apology. Why did you apologize?
I apologize for trading him. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. The only thing I did wrong was to trade DeMar.
Right.
I'll honestly say that, I apologize for trading him. There's no part of this business, there's no anything that we're going to deliver to these players in terms of trade that is going to come off good.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's the same way. If a player comes to me and tells me that the player wants to leave, I'm going to feel broken. I'm going to feel I didn't do my job. I'm going to feel, was somebody else better than me? These are things that you feel as a human being. So I felt that. So no, I understand how he reacted. I understand everything that goes on. I would never ever take that against such a wonderful person, a person that was so respectful towards me, my family, our organization, and the apology was for trading him because he gave this place his all, and that's where I feel it. Honestly, Tim, this is where this job is hard.
So as you're saying that, the two things are when you trade a player and when a player walks away.
Yes.
So how do you avoid that with Kawhi?
We give our all. This is, we show him, what this place is like, this organization, winning, his teammates, the city, the fans. We have to be us, and we have to be proud to be us. It's what I said out there, at some point, embrace who we are, be proud of it, and give it your all. Be prepared, be ready for those moments that are going to come. And hopefully we're ready. Hopefully we're prepared, and hopefully we give him enough, we give him plenty to say, what, this has been a really good year, a great year. This is what we've done, and I loved it, and I appreciate what I've experienced. That's all we can do. Yes, he's a superstar player, and we're going to treat him like a superstar player. Yeah, he deserves that, 100%. But we're not going to be fake, we're not going to do anything fake here. We're going to be us.
Right. One of the stats that I always brought to you and Coach Casey was since 1970, since the Sonics won, since 1979, when the Sonics won with Slick Watts, Lenny Wilkins as the coach, there have only been two franchises or two teams that have won without an MVP on their roster. Both of them the Pistons, one of them had 5 All-Stars. We talked about this in the growth of your franchise. Is this move that you made in order to get a guy that you think can be at that MVP level, is that all it was about, to have that guy that can lift you towards an NBA championship?
He's lifted before. Yeah, he's been the MVP you're talking about. It's not even, we're not projecting here. Yeah, this is an accomplished player. Yeah, and I think that that excites us. Yeah, that excites. Getting a player this caliber to a basketball club really excites us.
Is this the most important year in your presidentship or GM of this franchise?
Every year is important, honestly.
But you don't feel like you put yourself out by making this deal a little bit more than you could have stood pat. You could have let it go with DeMar and Kyle and Coach Casey and seen how it went. Mm-hmm. You don't feel like you put a little bit more pressure on yourself by making this deal?
Honestly, I don't look at the job like that. I've never felt pressure in this job, and I'll never feel pressure at all. The guy asked me, do you feel like, he was basically saying, you could be fired next year, and I said, honestly, I'll be happy and I'll be successful. I feel confident in myself doing something else, so, and my point is, with this, you have to do it with your heart. You have to do it with your feelings, with maybe the skill and the blessings that God has given you to do this job, and you have to do it to win. Yeah, to win. We want to win in Toronto. Yeah, and right after the season was over, if we remember the emotions, everybody was like, oh, something has to change. Something has to, we have to make a change. When we let Casey go, oh, you let Casey go, and you're going to keep the same team, is it not the team that, is it the team that, Well, all those things, I think, we have to take all of that out and operate on winning, like operate on building a culture here, like that is conducive for players to come and play and be happy and experience this, but winning. So, no, I've never felt, I've putting myself out there. I don't look at the job like that at all. I want this city to win. I want us to win. I want us to put a brand, a team out there that can compete. Where in sports, you play sports to win championships. That's what you do. I'm not trying, if, as you said it, like, okay, we can be here and be ordinary and I'll keep my job for 10 years. Like, who wants to do that? Like, that's not what I'm about. That's not what I want our program to be about. I want it to be about winning. That's why we play sports. Maybe if now I'll play piano or something.
And I don't doubt you could. You play to win the game, and we always appreciate when you do this with us. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.